All right, so let's take a look here at number 5, a brand new section, and the directions for this section are to simplify the expression involving rational exponents. All right, so they've given us 216 to the 4/3 power. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, that's bizarre, right? I mean, if they gave me 216 to the 4th power, I could figure that out, or 216 to the 3rd power, yeah, I could handle that, but what do I do when I've been given a rational exponent? Well, what we can do is take what we've been given, which in this case has been given to us in exponential form, exponential meaning we have an exponent, and we can rewrite this information in radical form. And the way that we do that is we take our base, which in this case is 216, and 216 becomes the number under the radical. And then we're going to take our rational exponent, which in this case is 4/3, and we're going to use this information to figure out what our index is and what power we're working with. And so regardless of what the actual numbers are, regardless of what your numerator and denominator are, your numerator, the number in the top, will be your new power. So this is the power or your exponent that you're raising your base to, and your denominator is going to be your new index or root. All right, so if 3 is our root or index, we're going to put 3 in our index. And now we have a power of 4, and you can put your power of 4 in one of two places. And the first place you can put it is inside the radical and directly above your base. So in this case, 216. Or what you can do is, and we'll evaluate this in two different processes, steps, so that you can see how it works. What you can do with your power is take your new root and raise the whole radical to that power. And the only difference here is when the power is underneath the radical, what you're going to do is take 216, raise 216 to the 4th power, whatever that number is, you're then going to take the cube root of that number. Here what you're going to do is take the cube root of 216, and whatever that number is, then raise it to the 4th power. You're going to get the same answer no matter what, but just be aware that you can do it either way. So let's go ahead and actually evaluate. So 216 to the 4th power is how we're going to start this one, and 216 is a pretty big number to the 4th power, right? And I don't know what it is, so let's figure it out. Again, I'm going to be using a graphing calculator. Just as a little caveat, you're not allowed to use this calculator, but it's the only one I can use with the recording software. So, but I'm not going to use any of the fancy features. I'm just going to see what this 216 to the 4th power is, and you'll be able to do that on your calculator as well. Yes, it is. Pretty big number. All right, 21767. So 21767, 82336. 82336. So let's see, what is this? 2,176,782,336. And I sure hope that is a perfect cube. So let's see. Now we're going to take the cube root of that number and see what it is. So, oops, let me do that one more time. All right, so the cube root. So we have 217,678,2336. And we get the cube root of that number is 1296. All right. Now let's go ahead and evaluate the other way. So we want to take the cube root of 216, which you can use your chart, and if you use your chart or your calculator, you'll see that the cube root of 216 is 6. So now that we've evaluated what the cube root of 216 is, now we're going to take 6 and raise it to the 4th power. And when you do that on your calculator, you're going to end up with hopefully the same answer. So let's see, 6 to the 4th power is 1296. So again, we end up at the same answer, just two different methods of getting there. And just a quick note about the rational exponents. And one trick that I use to remember which number goes where, meaning where does my numerator go and where does my denominator go, I always remember that the root or the index is in the denominator, the bottom of the fraction, right? And where are the roots on a tree? Are they in the top or are they in the bottom? Well, they're obviously in the bottom of the tree, right? And so similarly, your root is in the bottom of your fraction. So when you're going from exponential form to radical form, just remember the number in the bottom is your root, just like where roots on a tree are, the bottom. So make sure you put whatever that number is in your denominator here in the index or root position. All right, so that was number 5. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next problem, number 6. I'll see you there.